the people who follow Celtic are not supporters. This is generational stories passed down almost like a family heirloom, that this is your football club and nothing changes, and nothing is more important apart from your family than your football club. You know, I see that even today, that, grandfathers or grandmothers with their fathers, with their grandkids, all as one, going to the stadium, and it's a ritual for them. It's everything in there. Like I said, it's an extension of their family. They will sit down at the beginning of the season, look at the fixtures, and plan key family events around them. You do not have a christening on a wedding, or a wedding if Celtic are playing at home, mate. It just does not happen. If and then that extends to that. If the team wins, your week's great. If the team loses, then you don't want to leave your house. And me being sort of the figurehead of the club now, in terms of, I feel that responsibility, and I felt it from day one, but I also understood it because it was my sort of childhood. I understood what that football club, because for me, South Melbourne Hellas was not just my football club. It was more than that. It was my father, and particularly for my dad, it was his coping mechanism with living in a foreign land, not understanding it, because he could go to the soccer on a Sunday, be surrounded by like-minded people and feel at ease, talk about the week's troubles, and then go back out and do the grind again on a Monday. And that football club was more than just us supporting it. It was, it was an extension of our family, and that's what Celtic is. So, when I took the job, I knew that responsibility, and it weighed not heavily on me, but I understood that if I could bring success to this football club, it's something meaningful. It's not just, parading a premiership flag, or it's more than that. It's people. You're giving joy to people's life, even if they're going through the hardest of times. And
what do they say to you? What if someone sees? I noticed when Alan Brazil eventually apologised, and the guys asking him questions were calling you Big Ange, which is what the Scots call it when they like
yeah,
someone. It's big someone. It's like Big Ange, Big
yeah,
Ange.
yeah.
What are the
Which I had to explain to Georgia, because she thought it was because of my size, right? And I said, no, don't start with that.
It's
She's
not.
always telling me I got to lose weight, but I said, no, it's about the stature of the man. It's not.
It's Big Ange. I won't do the accent. After a
Yeah,
win,
yeah,
people come up to you in
yeah.
the high street, or you're out for dinner. What do they say?
Yeah, it is. My world's changed, mate. We literally cannot go out for dinner. We've got to really sort of choose how we kind of live our lives now, just
Okay.
mainly for the boys as well. But they're just really, and everyone's been brilliant towards me. They're just so thankful, and you get really humbled. I do anyway, because they want to thank me for what I've done for their football club. It's not just about winning; it's about the joy and watching the team play, and what it's done to their lives. And you're right. Whether I've got little kids running up to me saying, "Look, it's Big Ange," or it's older guys. My Georgia, as I guess most wives these days, their shopping's not limited to going out. She does it even when we're at home now. The UPS guy, or the whatever they're called, DHL guys, favorite, one of our best mates, because she's always shopping for stuff. But she was actually in Greece, and we got some stuff delivered, and I was home at the time because I was back working, and she was with the kids in Greece, and I had to sign for it. So I signed for it from the DHL guy, UPS, I don't know who it was. And he was obviously a Celtic fan, so he was a bit chuffed that I answered the door, and I signed it and left. And Georgia got the receipt the next day, and she sent it through to me, and it had accepted by Big Ange. So it was brilliant.
I love it.
They're really, it's like I said, it's really humbling. I'm driving down the freeway, people are taking photos, and I'm imploring them to be careful. I'm literally walking out my door, and people are coming up to me, and the Scots are really friendly people, mate.
Yeah.
Just about everyone I meet invites me over to their place for a nice dinner. Just come over, no problem. So they've been really great, and it is. It's humbling, but you feel the responsibility. Like I said, we had our first loss in a year, and it weighed heavily on me, because I know that we don't have a game for 2 weeks, and they've got to sit on that, and our supporters have, they're not going to have that sort of buzz in their life that we've been giving them for the last year, and you want to address that as quickly as possible.
Hey guys, Howie here. Thank you so much for watching the Howie Games YouTube channel. We appreciate your support. Now, if you want to hear the full podcast, you can just click on the link directly below. If you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which would be fantastic, bang, click right there. And if you want to see more clips, highlights and updates from the Howie Games, just go that way. Thanks so much. As always, take it easy and peace and love.